they once called me Christian Hornyhaug in the airport.
Oh yeah, no.
It's, I can see where this is going.
Can you install your own chain?
Yes, I can, but it's not as precise in terms of the I don't know how to measure it up, but it's somehow correct.
Fair enough. And what about your bike mechanics on the whole?
It's basic. I haven't bleeded my brakes yet, but I do tend to keep it cleanish. Okay, I do normally go to bike mechanic when I'm traveling to get it sorted out, but I have to clean it myself.
Fair enough. Well, to be fair, you have got a new bike coming for race days, so I'll let you off.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good.
Bottom bracket?
Yeah, I think I could build a backup.
Bleed the hydraulic system?
Yep.
Pretty confident.
Of course, yep. Good man. Are you pretty good with your bike mechanics?
That depends on who you ask. If you ask my girlfriend, yes. If you ask our team mechanic, I think he would shake his head sometimes, but yeah.
Good stuff.
That is correct. I worked as a bike mechanic for a year, so...
Okay, well that answers that. You can also do bleeding hydraulic brakes.
Correct.
Yeah, easy, no problem. Worked as a bike mechanic.
Easily, yeah, I do it all the time.
No, of course I can install the chain.
Of course, yeah. You'll be surprised.
I can, however, I choose not to.
I like that answer. It's good.
I think I can do pretty much everything on my own bike. So
Do you choose to though, or do you leave it to someone else?
I do it myself, yeah.
Okay, doesn't trust anyone else.
Yeah, I do most of my mechanics. It might not be the best, but yeah, it gets the job done.
What's your limit with mechanics?
Bottom brick? No, I've built a couple of bikes. I mean, it's not as good as going to a bike shop, but then again, you go to a bike shop and they leave a couple of bolts screw and you're going out there and your handlebars fall off, so...
How about hydraulic braking?
Yeah, I tried that last year. I got the old plugs, but yeah, look, it takes a lot of time. You don't know what you're doing, so I think it's best to just give it to someone else and worry about it.
Worst travel disaster ever?
Oh, Collins Cup this year to Slovakia. My base bar busted and didn't have my bike until the night before the race. Yeah, it was, I mean, it happens. I'm glad it happened at that race rather than this race.
Broken bikes or anything like that?
No broken bikes, but we went to a training camp in Lanzarote and the wind was so strong that we couldn't land on Lanzarote. Then we had to fly to Fuerteventura and stayed there one night and then took the ferry the next day to Club La Santa.
Wow, you ended up on the wrong island entirely. Yeah. That's pretty bad.
This year, actually, I was getting really cocky with my parenting triathlon gig, and I decided to take my daughter to Europe for the second time this summer. And what was supposed to be a 13-hour travel day turned into a 48-hour travel excursion with an overnight in Dublin. And the only upside was that I learned that I have a lot of Irish fans. But aside from that, it was pretty gnarly.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds pretty rough. Yeah. How old's your child?
She was 16 months at that time. Yeah. We actually got kicked out of business class on the way home from that trip too.
There'll be a lot of people feeling for you there.
No broken bikes or anything?
No broken bikes, but it's only been that they didn't bring my bike at the first time, and then I could pick it up a few days later. So
that's not a disaster. That's fine.
That's normal these days.
You're gonna have some disasters in the future, I promise you.
Travel disasters. Jesus. No, nah. I've once been called. That's not a travel disaster, but. They once called me Christian Hornyhaug in the airport, but I've always been lucky with my luggage and stuff like that. So far, so good, yeah.
So because I was racing Exterior and Ironman and together in 2021, I traveled to the USA with a mountain bike and a time trial bike. And because of weight limitations, I'd swapped the wheels. So I had the time trial frame and the mountain bike wheels in one bag, and the you can see.
I can see where this is going.
So I had to fly a short domestic flight within the US, and then I was getting on an international plane, and they left one bicycle behind. So I was standing there with my mountain bike and my time trial wheels,
How fast did you go?
Not very fast. So there was a momentary panic, but luckily the bag was just downstairs and the airport staff were not able to get it up the lift. So it ended with a smile, but there were a few tears before it.
Narrowly avoided disaster, that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I think traveling the States is horrific, eh? I've only had bad experiences traveling here, so yeah, what am I say?
No lost luggage or bikes broken?
Yeah, that's boring, but I mean, one time in going to a race in Kazakhstan, actually, I had to stay in a hotel for a week because the next flight out was a week later. So, yeah, so I had to stay in there for a week, and there was like a little holiday inn in the middle of like Warsaw.
Could you keep training? Did you need to keep training?
I did keep training, but I don't know if I can't remember if I built my bike up or not. I don't think I did. I just couldn't be bothered.
Broken handlebars. It's actually happened to me twice, but I feel like I've learned my lesson now. But yeah, one was, the bike actually arrived late. It was delayed in Frankfurt and then rocked up with broken handlebars. It was a quick trip to the hardware store to get some fiberglass. And
were you actually still able to race?
Yeah, that held up. And then actually raced Ironman Lanzarote, which was a lot of time on the base bar, and it held there as well.
That you fixed with fiberglass?
Yeah, I had to put my boat building skills to the test there.
That could have turned into a way worse travel disaster. I'm glad it held up.
Yeah, for sure.
I've broken a couple of frames with the soft case, so now I'm always traveling with the hard case with the bike. I think that's the biggest thing.
And you smashed your phone recently.
I smashed my phone, but I was on the run. I was running with my t-shirt off, and I lost my t-shirt, tried to grab it, and I threw my phone into the rocks. So therefore...
You've brought it up at least 3 or 4 times with me. You seem pretty distraught about it.
That's, yeah, I have to get myself a new one. It's all for Instagram, spending so much time scrolling down.
I think you can afford one.
Hopefully after Saturday.
Thanks for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed those questions. We did ask the pros a few more questions, and those are coming up in some future videos. So remember to subscribe to GTN so you don't miss those. If you have your own questions you think we should ask the pros, drop them in the comment section down below, and the next time we meet up with them, we could be asking them your questions. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button to support the channel. Thanks for watching.